Okay, yes, we'll just move on to our next concept, and that is breathing. Okay, so breathing is a process which we take in air and leave out the unwanted air that is not useful to our body. So this process is called as a breathing. When you ask, yes, both plants as well as animals does breathe. Not only plants and animals, there are and the entire living organisms, the entire living beings breathe. So since you are of class 3, we just say that plants and animals. When we talk, there are a lot of other varieties of living species in earth. Okay, so currently for your class, animals and plants are the best you can go with. In your higher classes, you will study about other living beings. Okay, now when we are talking about human beings has got nose, so that we breathe through our nose, and similarly animals also have got their nose to breathe air within them. Now when we talk about plants have got tiny pores. These, it looks just like this, tiny pores. It's called as stomata. S-T-O-M-A-T-A, stomata. S-T-O-M-A-T-A, stomata. So this tiny hole or this tiny pore, P-O-R, this tiny pore is called as stomata. Stomata helps plants to breathe. And when we talk about fishes have a separate organ called as gills. It's not nose, they have gills. G-I-L-L-S, gills, right? So I'll just mention this. Plants use stomata to breathe. Gills are being used by aquatic animals or just normally called as fish. Just called as fish. Fish breathe through gills. So these are the different methods plants as well as animals use to breathe. Alright, now coming to our last concept, that is reproduction. The sixth concept, reproduction. Okay, let's take a look into the topic reproduction. Reproduction is nothing but giving birth to young ones. Now, when we talk about reproduction takes place in living organisms, especially in female organisms or female living beings. Okay, all female beings give birth to young ones at a certain stage, and this is called as reproduction. For example, when we look into a few animals, the young ones of lion is called cub. Similarly, human beings give birth to babies, right? You all know that very well. And the next one is like, if you ask about birds or fishes, all those things. When you talk about birds and fishes, all these things lay eggs. So they lay eggs so that these eggs hatch at a certain time and produces the young ones out of it. So this is how the process takes place in birds as well as in fishes also. Now when we talk about plants, I know you all have doubts. Now when we talk about plants do reproduce. How do they reproduce? They reproduce by producing seeds. Plants reproduce by producing seeds. All know that. Now, when we talk about plants and seeds, take a look into this picture. You can see that there is a tiny seed that is being buried into the ground. Now this seed grows into a baby plant, just like you can see in the picture, and produces stem. From their roots, the roots grow deep into the ground, producing a good support, a good nutrition for the plants or for the particular plant, so that it grows into the last picture which you can see, a proper plant. Alright, so that's how a seed becomes into a plant. This is what happens in the life of a plant, or the reproduction in plants. That completes your chapter. You have got some exercises which will be uploaded to you, so that you can just take a note of it. The question answers, the fill in the blanks, match the following, etc. And I do hope that you all are doing very well at your home right now, being quarantined and all those. I wish you all stay safe and enjoy. Thank you, children. Let's meet in our next class.